Hey all my adventurers, welcome back. I want to say a big thank you to every single last one of you. Your girl made it to 5k subs, and in honor of that I'm gonna be doing a vlog about all of the adventures that I've ever done, because after all it's Amanda's 876 adventures and I'm taking it way back. So this is a throwback to the earlier days. Alright, so I'm gonna kick it off with this particular clip right here. Oh my god, I'll never forget it. So this was 2020, and I'm actually just gonna let the audio for this play because it's funny.
Catch him! Worm gun! Catch him! No, we got money, dog.
Alright, so I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because you guys need some backstory. Now, I love waterfalls. I love chasing waterfalls that are not so popular. And this was that particular waterfall that we were going to, right? Again, even before I get here, let me show you guys how the river was when we started. So that's us. That's the river right there, Nice, calm. You can see the stones. You can see the rock. The water is clear. I'm just skipping along. You can see the sole of you can see my shoes and all of that. I actually slipped on this rock, and maybe that was one of the first signs, but we're gonna go. Anyways, we're at the falls. We made it because it was a 40-minute hike. That's me and Chung right there. We're chilling, relaxing, and then, some other people were jumping off of the edge, off of the falls itself. I never took place in the climbing up to jump off right there. And while we were enjoying ourselves, relaxing, jumping from the cliff, talking, vibing, we're even eating and drinking and so forth, you guys can actually see in this video that it's raining. And it actually never dawned on us, right? Initially, it never dawned on us that, well, it's raining. One, it was a 30 to 40 minutes hike for us to get up here. Two, so we're just like, maybe it'll ease up. No, the rain came down heavier and heavier, and it was until after a point where we're just like, man, we should really head back, because we're gonna have to go another 30 to 40 minutes down, and we don't want the river to come down on us. So after this player did the last jump, we headed back, and the river, it did come down on us. It came down, and this is what we mean when we say the river come down. So this was the first part of the Rio Grande River in Portland that we crossed. It is now a strong current going, so we can't see the rocks that we saw initially when we came. I was just looking at one of those old bridge which they had there initially for you to cross, but obviously this is very old. So now we were faced with the challenge of how we're going to cross this river to go back to the other side. Now we have our many tour guides that were there with us, right? So me because I didn't want to come and do this waterfall hike tour thing, I said, whatever idea you guys come up with to cross the river, I'm going to do it first. So this was me. I was actually going to try and swim across, but I had on my sneakers and I slipped. And funny enough, when I slipped, I was actually laughing, No need to worry, guys, right? Watch JJ, a big swimmer, Anyways, don't need to worry, because there's a tree right there, and we held on to the tree because the water washes to the corner. Second attempt was to go across on a bamboo. And we were doing good, JJ and I, but then the bamboo broke. So again, you realize the water washed me to the corner. Now this was the third attempt, and the third mistake that we made was using a dry bamboo. So instead we went and we got a green bamboo, and then somebody had a bright idea that I should tie a rope around myself and around the bamboo. That's the rope right there, in the event that God forbid it wash away, them have the bamboo and I'm attached to it. And while I was making my way across, that was a bad idea, because the rope tightened on the bamboo, and it stuck on one of the ropes. Now guys, we never set out for this to happen. I don't endorse this per se. I don't want anybody to do it. It's just one of those situations that we end up in, and I'm like, if any idea, any bright idea that we have to cross this river, I am very much willing to go and test out this idea to see if it is something that my friends can do, because I'm not gonna let them go or put them in harm's way. And you know, I made it across, but then they were stranded, right? And you know, they ended up having to climb the edge of the mountain to come all the way over and so forth. So I was actually out of the entire group right there. Only two of them are my friends. Some other persons were there that were a part of the group and so on. So this was one of the most adventurous, and it was still fun. And I call it stories for the grandchildren. One of the most adventurous things that I've ever done in my life is to cross a river when the river come down, because that current, man, I tell you. Mind you guys, don't be alarmed. Not all rivers are like this. I wouldn't let anybody go out there and do anything like this. You know, this was just a one-off. Next is when I wanted to learn how to do these wheelies. You know, you have to fall down 1 or 2 times. When you fall down, you just get back up. It's just that simple. You fall down, you get back up. And that's just how I am. You know, some people say, oh man, you're brave, you know, you're courageous. It's not that I don't fear things, you know. It's just that I might feel the fear, but I do it anyways. You know, most people feel the fear and don't do stuff, but that's not me. I feel the fear and I'm just going to do this anyways. And I went again the second time around and look at that. Ooh! I learned from my mistake. The mistake I was doing is that I wasn't leaning in the correct direction. So once I realized that, I got it together. Again, guys, thank you for making me reach 5K subs. We're trying to get to 10K, so hit that subscription button. Right, so one of the other things that I've done right here in Jamaica, this is in Windsor, St. Anne, is this mineral spring. Yeah, so believe it or not, that's real fire. I'm gonna tell you, say, yo, you see me out back way? The heat, I'm telling you, man, the heat is real. And I want to demonstrate to you guys that, you know, it's actually, you can sit in it, they even cook on it. But I wasn't going to stay here too long, so I just did another video. This was my second time coming here. I think it's pretty cool. Like, we have so many unique spots right here in Jamaica that a lot of people don't know about. And this is definitely one. When you want to out the fire, you just blow on it like that and bam, done. Okay, so this right here is me going down a very shaky ladder. And as always, we're going to a waterfall. Now this is in Trelawney, and I don't know if you guys can see the bottom, but it's very high up. I would say it was at least 30 feet. And as always, I am very much willing to go first, you know, so it can help to ease some person's fear and anxiety, you know, so people can realize that it's, you know, it's not that bad, you know. So I don't even know how they got this ladder down in this area, but you know, I don't know, I find these things fun, you know. Again, I would not bring the average person here, right? And in everything that I do, I'm actually very cautious, you know. After a while, you just slowly come down, and the pole is right there. If you want to slide, come down, you can slide, come down. There was a river close by, and also there were some caves, and these were the caves, but we never got the chance to explore them properly because we didn't bring any lamps or any lights or anything like that, which I totally forgot about. But we still tried to go down there and look a little bit. You know, when you go down these places, you have to go on all four, you know. So that's us heading down there. This is not the first cave that I've explored. There are Oxford Caves, which is at Noisy River in Oxford, which is on the border of Manchester, St. Elizabeth and Trelawney, right? And there's also these caves, which were in Roehampton, St. James. All right, so you know, these stuff excites me. You know, these little hidden areas, you know, I just want to run and explore them. So, you know, this is a cave, which is, like I say, in Roehampton, St. James, and I went there 2019, 2020, and I had one of the local guys in the community. His name was Paul. He actually grew up with my dad. They went to school together. He brought me down there, so you guys can see how inside, like the stones and the structure and all of these little white stuff on it, or the little, what's the correct name? I can't, the dung for the bat has a particular name. I can't recall what it is. But there were some bats in there as well. And what Paul was telling me about these caves is that how you know how far you reach in the cave is by judging the pools of water. So there are at least 7 pools of water, and if it's when it rains heavily, the water gets high. So right here, this is one pool of water. I think this was like the second one, and there was a little opening where he said like you walk all the way around and that will bring you to the third pool of water. Now I brought a flashlight because I just wanted to go and explore and see. Right where we were able to stand. Sometimes you have to bend over and stuff like that. And this was me trying to make it all the way to the third pool of water.
So you go far the way around, don't go too far. Yeah. You see?
Yeah.
Come back now. Come back now. And you get lost, Oh, don't go nowhere different, just come back. Because you have whole heap of direction, you get lost.
Yeah. Alright.
Another day we go further.
Rewatching some of these clips just bring back so many memories from all of the crazy stuff I did in 2020, and I'm telling you, I know for a fact that my ancestors that are watching over me are so tired of my shenanigans. They're just like, oh my God, whose turn is it to watch over her? You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired. I know for a fact that they are tired, but I still haven't gone back down to this cave. But if I do, when I do, I want to go back with proper gears.
She's brave. Look at that. Oh my God.
Next, I'm gonna talk about the 7-mile swing, which is in Logwood, Hanover, at Campbell Mountain Adventures. Oh, love this swing. I remember when this place opened. I think I was one of the first couple of people to try this swing, and I enjoyed every minute of it. It's literally on the edge of the cliff. Of course, you have to sign a waiver, but every time I go here, I'll definitely do this swing. And I don't even think this is that adventurous, but for a lot of people, it is. Another one that you guys could definitely put on your bucket list. It ain't that bad, This is the Luminous Lagoon in Falmouth. The water glows. That's the water right there. It's blue. Swam in it. Never really got the video, but also, would you guys ever hold a jellyfish in your hand? Now, this jellyfish doesn't have anything that stings you. So, I saw the guy, he had it, and I was just like, oh my God, can I hold it? And a lot of people that would have been the first thing that they asked. But for me, that was the first thing that I asked. So, what he was saying that, it doesn't sting, but there's some slime on it. So, if it is that you don't wash off the slime off of your hands, and if you touch your neck, then it will scratch you. So and you can see it just felt gooey. It kind of felt like what I think, like slime, or I wouldn't say Play-Doh, but probably like slime. And there I just put it back, and you can see it start floating around. And there was another one over there in the corner. There's a whole little family of them. So yeah, that was one of my little night trips out in the water at the lagoon. Speaking of night trips, now I know this is day, but I'm just gonna show you what I did here. We were catching crayfish. Now, me jumping in that water, we were going all upstream. It's on a private property, and we're trying to catch crayfish. Guys, imagine doing this at night, right? All of this. And when I say night, I mean pitch black. Pitch black. We swam. We did some snorkeling. All we had were some flashlights and some spears. And we hunted crayfish. And we caught a lot of them. So those who don't know what crayfish look like, these are crayfish. And, this was last year, October. And I, you know, it was my first time doing it, first time camping. I definitely had a ball. I definitely had a ball, and I will definitely do this all over again because it was super super fun. Look at that. Oh, we had some good catch. We really wanted some more monstrous ones, but you know, the fact that I even got some of these, you know, for the first time was good enough for me. And you know, without a doubt, we had to sample it, and it was very good. No salt, no seasoning, but that go on same way. Just make that go on.
Can get no better than that.
Catch and eat, living off the land. Okay, a notable mention, you know, I guess it is adventurous. Blue Hole Mineral Spring in Negril, where you can jump into the spring. You know, side note, I actually think that this spring is actually a cenote. Yeah, like after going to Mexico again, guys, check out my Mexico vlog. Right after going to Mexico, I realized that you know this is the correct name for this is actually a cenote. Anyways, that's the spring, you know, and this is me jumping in. So you know, it is adventurous, yeah. Also, one of the other things that I love to do is to snorkel, right? And I am here snorkeling at Doctor's Cave Beach, right in Montego Bay, and the stingray, you know, was there. And believe it or not, Doctor's Cave Beach is a very popular beach. It's also a very deep beach. So, like, if you're on the shore and you walk out, as you walk out, the water pretty much reaches your neck. So, you know, it's not shallow like Negril or any one of those other beaches. And every time you go out in the deep area, you'll always see some sea creature. Always. So it's a very good place to snorkel, right? And this little guy was here with me, and I was actually chasing him, but he was with it. And that's Doctor's Cave right there. That's the beach right there. You know, so I was behind him, but you know, he didn't want to be my friend. So eventually, you know, we said goodbye. And I saw this little baby one. This is a baby stingray. I believe it is a baby stingray. If it's not, you guys can correct me. But that one was very cute as well. And you know, they have the boardwalk is what I would call it out there, and you know, there's a lot of, you know, the reef is coming back, you know, and I was pleased to see that. But then that's all lionfish, and guys, these are an invasive species. They're not native to the Caribbean, so like, you know, a lot of people hunt them to eat them, but you know, if you don't prepare it properly, can it be poisonous? And while I was admiring it, I had to remember that wonder it poisonous. I had to swim away. And I was so shocked that I even saw a lionfish out there. You know, again, this is deep down into Doctor's Cave waters, but like, you know, I was really surprised that I saw a lionfish there. But I remember this day when I went snorkeling. I was actually doing a tour with some guests, and they were lying on the beach, and I was just like, you know, while you guys are out there chilling and relaxing, you know, I'm gonna go out in the water and do some snorkeling. You know, the sea urchins are here. They're very much alive. I don't know if you guys look closely, you can see the movement of their, I don't know if they're called frimbrays, but I'm gonna go and call them frimbrays. Maybe they're not that. But you know, there was a lot of marine life. Look at that. All of these fishes. It was like a whole school of them. It was so nice. I felt like I was in an aquarium. Oh my god, guys, forgive the lack of stability in this photo. But you know, the waves were beating me bad. But I really enjoyed snorkeling that day. They had a lot of these little baby ones as well. So this was in March. Yeah, this was in March of this year. It was around spring break. Yeah, it was a really good time. Again, guys, follow me over on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe, like, share, all of those good stuff. You know, I'm trying to reach 10k subs. So, you know, just send this to a friend, share it with a friend. Be like, yo, look what that girl here do, man. No, so she crazy, you know. Alright, anyways, so you know, like, again, this is just a compilation for me. Like, you know, I've been saying I'm gonna do this vlog for a long while. Comment below, let me know if you would have done any of this or what you would do from what you would do. Now the next couple of clips that I'm gonna show is some adventure stuff that I've done in other countries. And I'm saying that to say that it is not Jamaica, right? So right here, this is the Bahamas, and I went to the island of Exuma, and we had the chance to interact with stingrays. Now, I think Cayman Island have a place called Stingray City or Stingray Island or something like that. But the difference is that these stingrays have their stinger on them. So, we got some food and we got the chance to feed the stingrays. So, that and when they passed by, you can kind of feel them. This is when they were eating the food. And, I just used my hand and just run over them. Yeah, definitely was one of those things that I enjoyed doing while I was in the Bahamas. Next is shark wrangling. Again, this is the Bahamas. This is not Jamaica. Disclaimer: this is not Jamaica, right? Jamaica doesn't really have sharks like that, all right? So this is the Bahamas, and they were doing some shark wrangling, which basically, like you have rodeo in Texas where people, would get like a rope and throw it out and catch the cow or whatever. Yeah, so what they do is they put some fish on a rope at the end of it. That's the fish right there. And then you just see the sharks coming in, right? The sharks are just coming after the fishes coming. And, these are real sharks, not like nurse shark, which people say don't really do you no harm. Like, these are actual sharks that are pretty dangerous. So the guide, he was there, he threw it out and did his thing and so forth, and the shark them come in and so forth, and then he gave the rope to somebody else to try. I tell you, you have to strong. You get me? I say you can't weak when you do the thing. You have to, But all in all, of course, the guides are gonna be there, right? Boy, I tell you, say how the shark them serious. Yeah, youth. And no, guys, we don't swim with these sharks. I know in Bahamas they have some sharks that you swim with, but these aren't those ones. And the most recent adventurous thing that I had done was in Costa Rica. I kind of started the Costa Rica vlogs and then I had to put them down, but I'm bringing them back up. So the next vlogs I'm gonna be doing are on Costa Rica, and this is a hanging bridge in Costa Rica, and we're going to went zip lining, and this was what was the name of this? Oh my god, I can't believe I can't remember the name, but I'm gonna recall it in time for when I actually do the vlogs. But this is how it looks. I mean, for some people, just walking out onto this bridge is adventurous, but essentially, what they do is they just let you go. And honestly, guys, you know me. Honestly, I would do it again. It was so much fun. After the initial drop, it's just like a swing.
Whoa.
It's just like a swing. I had the most best time. But again, guys, like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post about Costa Rica. Trust me, this is just a first peek.